Hi, and welcome. This is Chair Fitness, our stretching and strengthening section. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's head over to our chair and we're going to go through our needs list and get started. So today, like all Chair Fitness classes, we're going to use that sturdy dining room chair, something with a supportive back and seat, something without wheels. We're also going to use today a heavy to you dumbbell. So for me, this is going to be my 15-pound dumbbell. This might be a 20-pound dumbbell for you, or it might be a 10-pound dumbbell for you. We're going to also use a light, medium light resistance band. For me, that's going to be my Spree Green. And then we're going to use a light dumbbell set. For me, that's going to be my 5s. That might be your 5s, 10s, or even your 2s and 3s. So once again, thank you for joining me. We do want water as part of today's class so you can stay hydrated throughout. Let's go ahead and get started with a seated position right up on the front edge of that chair. We're going to start by stretching out, and then we'll move into strengthening second. We're going to cross our right ankle over our left knee. We're going to go ahead and flex our toe back up towards our shin and bring palms to ankle and knee. Extend your spine up tall, and then we'll hinge forward at the hip to bow over that crossed leg. Go ahead and take 3 to 5 deep breaths right here. Go ahead and curl all the way back up to stand. We'll replace that foot to the floor and take the second side. Breathe in, lengthen the spine up to the ceiling. Exhale, hinge over that crossed leg. Make your way back up to a tall spine, uncross your leg. Next, we're going to take a seated version of cat-cow, which is a spinal flexion and extension. Let me show you forward facing and then side facing before we begin. So our forward version, we're going to inhale as we slide our hands down our thighs, pull our spine back towards the chair as we drop our chin to our chest. And then we're going to exhale, slide our hands back up our thighs. We're going to lift our chin to the ceiling and arch our back. Pinch your shoulder blades together. All right, let me show you a side view so you've got this down. We're breathing in as we round our spine. And then we're going to breathe out as we arch and lift the chin up to the ceiling. All right, let's go ahead and take 5 of those. So square up, breathe in. Breathe out and arch. Big inhale. Big exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's take one more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Wonderful. From here, we're going to move into our seated shoulder circles. So we'll go ahead and maintain that squared up stance in the seated position. And we're going to start with some shoulder shrug circles. So we're going to elevate and exhale as we press down and back. From here, we're going to rest our fingertips right up on the shoulders, and we're going to sweep our elbows forward on our inhale and press our shoulders down and back on our exhale. Ooh. And then rest your arms beside your body, and we'll finish with our full arm circle. So we'll reach forward with straight arms, and then exhale, press back and down as we sweep around. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Let's go ahead and rest our palms in our laps, keeping that tall spine. Bring your chin down, but also back just a bit to make sure the back of your neck is long. And then we're going to turn and look over one shoulder. Feel the stretch in the opposite side of the neck. And then bring your chin back through the midline and twist to the other side. Notice if you can keep the shoulder of the opposite side that you're turning to relax down and back. It might want to creep up. Here's 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5. Excellent. All right. We're going to come up to stand. We're going to make sure we have a little bit of space around our chair for our standing stretches. And we're going to get started with our 3-point hamstring, which is going to begin with our foot up on the chair. I'm going to go ahead and swing my right leg up onto the chair. I'm pulling my toes back towards my nose. And then right at the hip, I'm going to hinge forward, using the backrest of that chair for support, and I'm going to take a good hamstring stretch by folding over that extended leg. And pause here for a breath in, and soften your torso towards that thigh on an exhale. Go ahead and press your torso back up to stand. We're going to leave the leg there, and we're going to twist our torso towards the extended leg. So we're going to open up to the right, and you can bring your arm out to a goalpost position. You should notice that this stretch then goes all the way up and down the outside of that right hip and thigh. We'll hold that stretch. Take 3 deep breaths. And then come back through the midline. Switch the hand that's on the chair. We're going to open up to the left. We're going to fan that left foot out to face behind us. And then let's open that left arm up, and we're going to press your hips forward to the left to open the inner right thigh. Pause here, 3 breath cycles. And then when you've finished your breath cycles, turn your body back to face that extended leg. And we're going to go ahead and fold over it once again to stretch out the hamstring a little bit deeper. Pause again here, breath in, and deepen the stretch on the breath out. Great work. Come up tall. We're going to release that right leg down, and we're going to set the left foot up. All right. We're going to pull that hip back just subtly, and we're going to hinge over that left leg to get started, bringing the nose towards the knee. Extend the spine up tall, and we're going to begin our twist over to the left. So opening that left arm up, we're twisting towards our leg, closing off the hip. But now we're getting this great stretch in the outside of that left leg.
It's okay.
And bring your body back through the midline. And then we're going to fan that right foot out and open the right arm up, and then tuck the tailbone so that we're feeling the stretch now on the inner right thigh. Come back to face that left leg, and we're going to fold over it one more time, stretching out the hamstring. Big breath in here, and a big breath out. Make your way back up tall in your torso, and we're going to release that foot down. Next, we're going to spin to face away from our chair, and we're going to set our chin on the chair. We're going to tuck our tailbone and press our hip forward. You might take a slight back bend, And we're going to feel this stretch through the front of the hip of the leg that's elevated.
Okay. Oh.
And then go ahead and release that side, set it down, and we'll take our second foot up on the chair. The shin rests, the knees just off the front edge, and we're going to tuck our tailbone, press our hip forward, and take it into a slight back bend. And then go ahead and release that leg down. That was our quad and standing hip flexor, foot on chair stretch. Next, we're going to take a standing hip flexor stretch. So we'll come into a wide stance, or almost like the top of a lunge stance beside our chair. And we're going to tuck our tailbone, and we're going to coax our hip forward, the back hip forward, until we feel a stretch right here in the front of that back leg. Using the support of the chair allows us to get into that stretch a little bit deeper.
Okay. I know. Okay, Vicky.
And then go ahead and release that side. Maybe it feels good to move to the other side of the chair. We're going to take that opposite foot forward, and we're going to tuck our back tailbone and push the hip forward to stretch the front of the hip. Couple of deep breaths here. And release. And then our last of our standing stretches is our chair assisted forward fold. So we'll stand beside our chair. We're going to put a very slight bend in the knees. We're going to hinge at our hips and allow our hips to drive back as we fold our torso down. And we're going to actually rest our forearms there on the chair. We should feel a nice deep stretch in our hamstrings. It might feel good in your body to gently shift your hips side to side. You could try bending and extending one knee and then the other, releasing some tension in your hips. And then we'll find a neutral spine right down the middle, and we'll curl up to stand. See if you can stack just one vertebrae at a time with your chin rising up last. Great work. All right, we're going to stand to the side of our chair next, and we're going to move into our dynamics. So we're going to get our body warmed up a little bit for our strength movements that are coming up. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our feet wide, hands to hips. We're going to take our hip circle. So go ahead and press round clockwise or counterclockwise for 5. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then take it the other direction for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Great work. Next, we'll grab your light resistance band. So that's going to be our green band. For some of us, it's our yellow band, or our blue band. It's our lightest resistance. And we're going to bring it straight out in front of our shoulders. And we're going to exhale as we pull it apart wide. Now, if you're somebody exercising without a band today, you're just going to bring your thumbs towards each other and squeeze your shoulder blades together as you drive your arms back. You can get an effective shoulder warm up even without the resistance of the band. Let's go ahead and take 10 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and set that band aside. We've got 2 more warm-up movements before we get into strength. So our next is our body weight hinge. We're going to bring our palms to stack right in front of our hips, put a slight bend in the knees, and we're going to hinge at the hips, reach down about mid-shin, and then we're going to push the hips forward to extend all the way up tall. This should feel like an excellent dynamic stretch through your hamstrings, your glutes, and just a subtle stretch through your low back. Here's 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Okay, our last dynamic movement is our body weight squat. I'm going to show you the version to your chair if you'd like the assist, or the body weight version without the chair. We're going to take our feet shoulder distance apart, bring our hand up into our fist and press them together at our chest. And then we're going to sit our hips back and down. Maybe you get to the depth of touching your elbows to your knees. If you'd like the assist of the chair, we've got the same stance, but we're going to reach our hips back to that seated position and then press up to standing. All right, go ahead and take the version that's comfortable for you, and we'll go for 10. 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Excellent work. Let's grab a quick sip of water, and we're going to move into 2 strength circuits here, using some of those same dynamic movements. So our first exercise, we're going to use our heavy dumbbell for. For me, that's going to be a 15 today, but that might be a 10 or a 20 for you. And we're going to bring it right up to the front of the chest. And we've got 2 different versions. We can take our seat into the chair for our squat, or we can stay where we were for our body weight squat and make it into a goblet squat. We'll take 10 of those, all right? Let's go ahead and squeeze that weight into the chest. Sit the hips back and down. Here's 10, and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We're going to set that weight aside safely. Our second movement is our split stance squat. So we're going to go ahead and hold on to our chair back. We're beside our chair. Let's put our right foot forward. We're going to come up high on our left toes. And we're going to slowly lower ourselves with our torso tall, stacked right over our knee. We're going to lower ourselves straight down to the floor and then press equally through both feet to press up. All right, here's 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Go ahead and switch the foot that's in front. Come up high on your back toes. And here we go. We're going to drop low, press high. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. Excellent, release. All right, our last exercise in this circuit is called our chair-assisted bird dog crunch. We're gonna place our palms on that chair, squaring our hips over our heels and our shoulders over our wrists. We're gonna fly opposite limbs forward and back. So I'm gonna take my right leg back, my left arm forward, reach them long, and then we're gonna crunch our elbow to our knee right there above the chair for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach them long again and set them down. Take our second side, float the left leg up, right arm forward. Exhale, crunch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach them long and release them down. Come up to stand, great work. Let's go ahead and have a sip of water. We're gonna wrap through that circuit one more time, starting again with our goblet squats with that heavier dumbbell. All right, safely, let's bring that right up to the chest. Take the feet wide. Our inhale is on the descent. Our exhale is on the press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's set that weight aside safely. We're coming into our split stance squat. That's probably our hardest move today, don't you think? We're going to put the right foot forward, left toe back, and we're going to drop all the way down. Knee touches the floor, equal pressure into the feet, push tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch the leg in front. Shoulders back and down, torso tall. Here we go, drop the back knee low. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, our bird dog on the chair. Go ahead and place your palms down under your shoulders. We'll float our right leg back, push the heel away, left arm forward, and crunch them under. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach them long, set them down. Second side, float them up, crunch them under. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach them long and set them down. Come up tall. Grab yourself a water break, and we're going through one more circuit for strength in just a moment. All right, so this is where we're going to use that light dumbbell set. We're going to use it for 2 exercises. So I'm using my 5s today. Our first exercise is a double curl single press. So it's a bicep and a shoulder exercise put together into one. We're going to go ahead and turn our palms face forward with that light dumbbell set. And we're going to curl twice to the shoulders, and then we're going to press once overhead. We'll curl twice to the shoulders and press once overhead. Okay, we'll take 10 of that pattern. Here we go. Curl, curl, press. That's 1. Curl, curl, press. 2. Curl, curl, press. 3. Curl, curl, press. 4. Curl, curl, press. 5. Curl, curl, press. 6. Curl, curl, and press. 7. 1, 2, and 8. 1, 2, and 9. And 1, 2, and 10. Great work. Release down. Keeping those weights, we're going to take a deltoid L. So we're going to work our anterior deltoid and our lateral deltoid. So one arm is going to fly straight to the side of the shoulder, and the other arm is going to fly straight to the front of the shoulder. So we're going to keep that L shape for 10 reps, and then we'll switch sides. Here we go. We're going to fly up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those weights down. Go ahead and rotate. Front of thigh, outside of thigh. We're going to take our L the other way. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and release those limbs down. Let's set our dumbbells down. We're going to make some space around our chair again. And our last exercise in this circuit is our chair assisted plank. So we're going to bring those forearms of yours right to the chair seat. We're going to step our toes back and make a rigid line from our heels all the way to our shoulders. All right, go ahead and step it back, and we're going to hold 30 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's walk those feet back in. Great job. We'll grab a quick sip of water. We're going to loop through that set one more time before we are all the way done for today. So let's get that light dumbbell set going again. And we've got double curl, singular press. Here we go. Palms face forward, maybe 1 foot forward. Core's engaged, and we're coming up to the shoulders twice. 1, 2, and push. 2, 2, and push. 3, 2, and push. 4, 2, and push. 5, 2, and push. 6, 2, and push. 7, 2, and press. 8, 2, and press. 9, 2, and press. And 10, 2, and press. Good. Release those down. Keep these weights. We're going to make our L shape for our deltoids again. Here we go. Lateral and front fly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down, rotate, and second side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those weights down. And as you know, I have a small belief that no workout is complete without a plank. So let's go ahead and wrap it up with that. Forearms back to the chair, toes back. Make that rigid line from your heels to your shoulders, glutes tight, belly button lifted. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and walk those feet in. We'll take one last stretch. Reach one or both arms overhead. Bend at the elbows. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Great work today. As always, if there were questions that came up, you go ahead and email me, Diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. Have yourself a fantastic rest of the day. And I will catch up with you in our next live session or your next live class. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.